Yeast is a leavening agent in the process of fermentation, essential to the making of bread. It produces gas that makes the bread rise. And so what came to me real clearly is we have a lot of yeasting going on in the world today. And by that I mean we have a lot. The events of today appear to be chaotic. They appear to be tumultuous. They appear to be all sorts of things, yet we know what they are is the transformation of the planet. The transformation of the planet. Just like David said, we are all so grateful, thankful that aid is getting into Gaza. And what was happening up until that point? Transformation of the planet, transmutation of the planet, where everything changes because we are the ones. You know, I don't know who originated this, but you are the one you've been looking for. We're the ones who are going to save the planet. We're the ones who are going to change the world. Each one of us, the person we look at in the mirror in the morning, is the Savior, actually, when we think about it and know it and embody it and allow ourselves to know this. So that's how yeasting shows up in the world. And yeasting can be a Kickstarter. Think about it. I don't know about you. However, sometimes in the past, I have been somewhat cynical. However, what is happening in the world today has completely obliterated any cynicism from me. And in that, I mean, and thank you, Wendy, for your prayer request, because in that, I mean that everything that's going on, what happens within me is I only allow myself to think of the good. Yes, there's a lot of things going on in the world today. However, there are a myriad of spectacularly wonderful goodness things going on in the world today. So that's what I mean by the yeasting can kind of kickstart us into something so that now, much to my surprise, I'm not very cynical any longer. That when something happens, even when part of cynicism might be judgment, when judgment kicks in, instead of staying in the place of judgment and letting that vibration engulf me, I really try my best to switch to curiosity. Well, what's really going on here? That I feel that I get to have the all-important opinion about something. Yeah, what's going on? What actually is happening? So that's what I mean by yeasting, or the yeast being a kickstarter. And then the leaven. What's the leaven for? The leaven permeates and modifies for the transformation. And the leaven of spirit is each one of us. Think about it. I, you, we, even they, even them, the ones we might go, them, each one is the leaven of spirit. Each one is here for transmuting, despite the human appearances. And this is a quote I found. I've known it for a long time. I can't give you who said it, but we are the leaven of life's bread, of renewed consciousness. We are the leaven of life's bread, the leaven of renewed consciousness. So we can use yeasting as a self-mastery tool. We can use it whatever is going on in our life, whatever we think about, whatever is happening in the world. And this is another quote that I have known since I was a little girl with pigtails and knocky knees. Greater is he that is in me than is in the world. Greater is he, and I want to add she, they, that is in me than is in the world. So we are the yeasting of the divine, because each one of us, did you know that when you chose to come and incarnate, you chose because you knew you were part of the solution? That each one of us is filled to overflowing with the spectacular God qualities. And that I love it because we know about the divine matrix, and I like to think of it as a puzzle. Like there's a huge puzzle of the planet, of the world, of spirit's explanation and unfoldment, and each one of us is a part of it. And it would not be the same without you. Every one of us. And that might be a little hard to receive and take in sometimes. It depends on your upbringing, like mine, or your background, or whatever. You know, I came from one of those families where my mother would put her hand on her hip. My mother was only about 5 feet tall, and look up at all of us and say, "Who do you think you are?" And now I know the answer. I wish I knew the answer then, 50 years later, but now I know the answer. I am that I am. I am one with the power that created me. I am a child of the Most High God. However, that was probably in all of our mothers' questioning anyway. I'd like to say, God bless my sweet mother. She's been on the other side of the veil for a while now. I'm sure that was a part of it too, because she knew about God. I mean, what I know about God began non-verbally with her. That's another thing. But anyway, so we know that we are the leaven and the yeasting of the divine. So I'd like to tell you a little story. One day a farmer's donkey fell into the well. And the animal cried and cried and cried, just piteously. The animal cried for hours. And the farmer tried a way to figure out a way to get the donkey out. Finally, the farmer decided that the animal was old and the well needed to be covered up anyway. It wasn't worth it to retrieve the donkey. I know, just hold your, if you're like me, hold those feelings for a moment. And so he invited all of his neighbors to come over and help him. And they all grabbed a shovel, and they began to shovel dirt into the well. At first, the donkey realized what was happening and cried horribly. Then, to everyone else's amazement, he quieted down. A few shovel loads later, the farmer finally looked down the well. He was astonished at what he saw. With each shovel of dirt that hit his back, the donkey was doing something amazing. He would shake it off and take a step. As the farmer's neighbors continued to shovel dirt on top of the animal, he would shake it off and take a step up. Pretty soon, everyone was amazed as the donkey stepped up over the edge of the well and happily trotted away. Yes! Now, we know probably why I'm speaking about this. We are the leavening agent of the divine. This is ours to do, to step up. To step up, step up, step up, step up, step up, and happily trot away. And part of this is that no matter what appears to be happening, shake it off. No matter what appears to be happening, shake it off, take a step up. Shake it off, take a step up. Each of us may have what we call troubles or inconveniences or anything like that in life. They're all stepping stones because we are that yeasting and leavening of the divine. So I was being with this, and it was really just, it filled my heart with joy. And then I literally walked in my living room just to walk to get a glass of water, and a book on the bookcase spoke to me and said, touch me, take me out. You're going to read about me tomorrow. And this book is from our own dear friend, T.J. Woodward, mentor and friend, and it is his Conscious Being, Awakening to Your True Self. This is page 55 and 56. And what it says is, we are at a unique time in history in which lasting peace can prevail. However, what is required now is a new kind of action, an inner action. We must each become accountable for our own conscious evolution and make the internal changes required to manifest a world that works for all. It starts with one decision. Oh, powerful stuff. Thank you, TJ. Powerful, powerful stuff. So as I read that and some other things, and I thought, okay, so let's know about the unfoldment of this. I say the how, and I only use that as like maybe healing or wanting, because really the how is up to spirit. However, since we are all spiritual beings in these gorgeous human bodies having a human experience, what showed up for me is a way for us to be what TJ is talking about. And this, what showed up for me, is we get to sage the life of spirit as each one of us. Sage the life of spirit as you and as me. And this is an acronym. So the first letter, sage, of sage. Surrender. Surrender any contraction that's happening in life. Anywhere you feel taut or tight, or where you feel like, oh, no, this isn't going to work. Surrender that. Just surrender it. Just shake it off. Let it go. Just surrender it. And you just like you said this morning, David, it's so wonderful. You need, like you said, you need not believe in angels, because we know they're angels. However, you need not understand as you're surrendering it where it's going or what's going to happen. However, allow yourself to surrender any contractions. And contractions might be doubts, unforgiveness, anger, any of those. It all impedes the flow of the divine. So S, surrender. A, allow the current well-being. And I love this. Be an imaginal cell of the divine. Yeah, an imaginal cell is a visionary cell, C-E-L-L, of the divine. So allow the current to flow. Be source energy itself. That's A, allow. G is, of course, gratitude, gratefulness, whatever way we'd like to say it, but have a gratitude deluge. Be thankful for everything. Be thankful for every single solitary thing, even things that do not appear to be blessings. And I know I say this all the time, the things that come wrapped in sandpaper. Be grateful for those things too. Be grateful, grateful, grateful for every eeny, meeny, single solitary thing, because it is all a blessing. And you know, it's coming to me, that Rumi poem, when you have feelings, embrace them and invite them in, because they're all messengers. They're all messengers from the other side. So anything that happens, have a gratitude deluge. Just fill it up with gratitude. And the other one, S-A-G. The third one is E. Expect differently. Expect differently. Be a revelation of divine order. Just expect differently. Expect something different to happen. Expect differently. So this came through me yesterday, and I thought, whoa, Spirit, I love acronyms, spiritual acronyms, and I love this because I sage my house once a week. I don't know about you, and I don't want to say something we don't, maybe some of us may not know. So it is believed that if you take sage, and it is a Native American tradition, and you light it up, and you walk around any space, and you pray, you speak words of affirmation, you know the truth, that you dissolve and dissipate anything unlike itself that no longer needs to be there. So I sage my wonderful 2-bedroom condominium once a week. So I really thought, oh, Spirit, look, now I get to sage. I get to sage the divine within, through, and as me. So I thought, okay, all right, I'm ready. Show me the way. This morning I got up extra early, which was fine, and I got dressed, and I did some things around my house. And then I thought, okay, well, I'd better leave. Now, usually I leave home about 9:30 to get over here, like 10:15, because I am the kind of person that if I'm here on time, I'm late. Okay, so I like to be early all the time. And I also like to be early just to sit with Spirit, just to sit and be still. So I get in the car, I put on my GPS, I plug in my Apple phone, and I say to Siri, Siri, take me to Unity Spiritual Center in San Francisco. And so it comes up on my screen there, and it says, okay, go this way, and take the San Mateo Bridge. And I'm thinking, I don't want to take the San Mateo Bridge. I'm not going to the airport. I live in Oakland, by the way. Okay, so I pull out of my driveway. I decided, okay, well, I'm just going to go the way I know. I'm just going to get on the freeway and go the way I know. But about just as I was going on the freeway, which is by me, Freeway 580, just as I was getting on, Spirit said to me, do it again. So I go in again. I push the button, and I say, directions. Siri says to me, what would you like? And I say, directions. I say, where would you like to go? Unity Spiritual Center, Ocean Avenue, San Francisco. Same directions show up. So now it dawns on me, this is my first time to sage myself as Spirit, because it dawns on me that it's mine to surrender contraction, the contraction that I was having of, I know the way to go there. I'm just putting it in because I just want to be sure, but I know the way to go. The San Mateo Bridge has nothing to do with it. I'm going on the Bay Bridge. But I decided to surrender that contraction. I decided to allow current well-being to know that wherever I go today and in whatever way I get there in time and on time, and I get exactly where I'm supposed to be. Okay, I decided that. Then I was just grateful. Grateful that I have my wonderful little car. Grateful that I have an Apple phone that I can plug into my car. Grateful that I can talk to somebody else about how to get where I'm going instead of reading a map with the glasses and the this and the that. And then I expected differently. I just expected differently. So I get on the freeway. I'm getting on 880, which is a freeway I don't like to take because it's the truck freeway. But I'm on 880. I'm going now on my way down to cross the San Mateo Bridge to get on 92. And I start feeling really good. Because first thing, I love going to the airport. It's my favorite place. It's probably my second favorite place after coming to church, actually, the airport. I know, it's kind of bizarre, but it is. Okay. So I'm on my way now. It's like, oh, yeah, okay, we're going to the airport. Okay, we're crossing 92. We're going on San Mateo Bridge. So I'm riding along, and I keep going, and I start feeling happier and happier and happier. And I know it's spirit. I know it's from being obedient to the inner voice. I know it's from saging myself as the divine. So finally, when I get over here, and I won't tell you all the places I went, but I followed everything on there, and I'm on 19th Avenue, and then I see Stonestown Galleria. And it's like, whoa, you're going past a shopping place, Verona. Whoa. And then to me, I thought, okay, and then I knew where I was, of course. Not only did I get here, I got here in plenty of time, I found a new place to go shop. However, the main thing was I was really saging the divine within me and trusting. So I would like to ask you, what is wanting to be renewed or revealed in and as you today? What is it within you that could use some saging? Saging the divine within. It's something. And even if you don't feel that it is something, it is some blessing. It is a part of who and what you are. It's what you came here for. It's what you brought. I can't give it. Juanita can't give it. Mrs. Jen DeLulo can't give it. Only person who can give it is you. So I'm inviting you to open your heart, open your mind, and sage the divine within you. Because, as we know, ordinary people hear a call and answer in extraordinary ways. That's Mother Teresa. So, now's your chance. Now's the chance to sage the life of the divine within, through, and as you. And so it is. Amen.